The Integrated Structured Clinical Examination, otherwise known as the ISCEs, are a relatively novel form of clinical assessment. They've been favoured by Peninsula over the more widely utilised ISCE examinations. Now, the ISCEs consist of 6 stations. 5 of them are identical in format and 1 of them is slightly different. Each of the 6 stations is 40 to 45 minutes long. Now, of the 5 stations which are identical, they consist of, first of all, 10 minutes in which to take a history from a patient, followed by 10 minutes to take an examination of the same patient, followed by a 5-minute timeout in which you are able to gather your thoughts and to think about how to present the case. The remainder of the station would then be taken up in presenting your case to the consultant or to the examiner who is sitting there assessing you, in which you would be asked questions around the topic pertaining to investigations and management and also general disease knowledge. The 6th station is one on communication. For the first 20 minutes you'll be taking a history from the patient and then answering questions around something that the patient will be asking you about, and you'll be informed about what this will be prior to the day. The rest of that station will be of a similar format where you have a 5-minute timeout and then the remainder of the station to present the case to the examiner. The objective behind this resource is to present a general methodology and provide pointers for various aspects of the ISCE, rather than give specific knowledge and skill sets which you should already be picking up from other places. Although you may be picking up some specific knowledge along the way throughout the role plays that will be available on this video. What exactly do I mean by general methodology? Well, for example, how to organize oneself in the day, also how to present cases succinctly, and also how to answer questions efficiently and how to get out of difficult situations, things like that. And we will actually be looking at stages all along the ISCE, from the beginning, introducing oneself and getting a history, all the way through to formulating a management plan and answering questions around the topic. Okay, so in order to put together this video resource, I've used the following sources. Number 1, the Peninsula Medical School ISCE a self-directed examination pack. Everyone should be referring to this because it lays out all the criteria for the history examination all the way through to the end, and actually has a list of suggested systems or suggested presentations that may come up. I've also used on top of this examiners, actual examiners who have assessed students in the past in ISCE examinations. And they have given me particular pointers and tips, maybe some weaknesses that students have actually shown in the past. On top of that, I've actually spoken to Year 5 students, those who've actually passed the ISCEs, to ask them what type of things actually helped them in certain stages of the ISCE. On top of that, I've also used textbooks, which, in particular, those textbooks which help one in clinical examinations. And I've used online video resources such as the BMA Medical Students Committee video resources on how to prepare for clinical examinations. Now, you'll notice that the grades of authority between all these sources vary. So some of them are going to be more authoritative than others. A final note that I would like to make is that this should not be your final source for preparing for the ISCEs. This is merely one tool in many tools that you should be using, and your knowledge at this stage and your preparation for the ISCE should be a synthesis of different sources, and this is one of the many sources that you should be utilizing.